In terms of the stand for the LG B4, which I got my first OLED, well, it is I wanted to have more space on my desk. I got a standard size desk, right? So my desk is normal size, and my chair is basically I was sitting too close to the monitor. So what I looked online and I found one video, and this one video had a good idea, right? What you do is you get a TV stand. And as you can see there, got myself a TV stand. And this TV stand goes behind my desk and houses my 48-inch OLED LG B4. So my LG B4 sits behind my desk sits forward of it, and I get about an extra sort of 10 inches, give or take, viewing distance. This is quite important. People say you shouldn't sit too close to TVs. I've got all the OLED care on the TV itself, and I haven't dimmed it at all because this LG B4 is apparently not the brightest in terms of OLEDs. But at the end of the day, I don't want to sit too close to the OLED anyway, because I'll burn my eyes. So having it slightly less in terms of brightness is actually a good thing for me, because I'm using this as a monitor rather than a TV. So they say the LG B4 has the the last generation, is it A8? I think it's called A8 processor in the PC. In terms of that, that's not an issue whatsoever for me, because I'm using it as a monitor. So, is this worth is it worth it, right? This is my first LG, my first OLED as well, and at a minute in the UK, you can get this for $495. Okay, so you can get this for $495. It's 120 hertz. It's got the A8 processor. It's still plenty quick enough if you're just going to use it for a normal TV. But you can currently get the 48-inch for $495. This is the OLED 2024 model. So what reviews I've read online before I bought this is the fact that you basically get a premium experience for a non-premium price, right? So what I'm going to do, I'm going to run a quick video just to show you the colours. So what do I use this mainly for? I mainly use this for gaming. That is what I mainly use this for. And basically what it is, there is a 120 hertz mode for your gaming, and this works on your PC as well. And it works really, really well. Let's just make it 4K, yep. So, picture-wise, what I have noticed compared to my 4K 32-inch IPS display is that the colours really, really pop on the OLED. Like, it's night and day. I never really believed, or what people were saying, that an OLED would be a complete different change and you never go back to IPS. I'm now using my main monitor as my 32-inch, what was my main monitor, as now my secondary to edit and stuff like that. I'm now using this for gaming and recording and stuff like that. I record on my 32-inch, but I'll be using this to do all my creation content work. And basically, just for gaming itself, if you go on with the remote, you go onto remote, go onto settings, you got this really cool, it's like you point the remote and it actually has like an arrow. It's like a mouse, right? And it's actually really, really cool. Don't normally have that sort of stuff on TVs. Normally it's just like left and right on the pads, right? So if we go into our settings and we go over to, we've got HDR mode. We also have personalized picture modes. HDR is on, right? You can personalize your picture, and once it loads up, you can actually personalize your picture to your preference if you want to, right? I have a game mode, so it's not a issue there. It has its own settings. From what I've understood on this TV, You basically want to put it on cinema mode to get the most color accurate performance, or you want it on game mode. Game mode is pretty good as well. But they're the two main modes you want. The rest of them aren't very good in terms of picture accuracy. What we got here? Vivid, standard, auto power save, cinema. Cinema is the one you want to use if you're going to use TV. You have two different cinema modes, and game optimizer. So game optimizer is the one mode I use. There's a bit of flickering on the recording. That's not the TV, that's just my phone. You go on close. There's also a dedicated mode. I'll find that for you in a second. Right, here we go. So go on HDR mode, go on game optimizer. These are all the modes you can use. The only ones you really want to use is cinema or game optimizer. I don't know if cinema home is different, but apparently what I've been on reviews, game optimizer or cinema are the two ones you want to use. On general, you have your OLED care. OLED care here has care picture. You can click on it and it will give you the 3-4 different modes. You can click on the question mark. It will come up with a display. It tells you everything that is on the OLED care and what you can turn on and off. There we go. Right, so this is the game mode. I have 120 FPS. This OLED monitor, OLED TV, sorry, is 120 FPS. You do have VIR. You have black stabilizer, and you have low latency. If you go on all settings, this is on a PC. The settings are a bit different, but on TV, it also has Dolby Vision. Everything Dolby Vision. I'll go down to sound settings and actually show you. But it has prevent input delay, right? So you have normal or boost. Boost is obviously good for your gaming needs, right? Obviously the input delay is really short on this. Like really, it's surprisingly short. Like monitor short, not like 1 millisecond, but it's pretty close, right? So you have game dashboard, which is basically the thing I showed, 120 FPS display I showed you earlier a minute ago. You have VRR and G-Sync. If you have a NVIDIA graphics card like I do, G-Sync works as well. It synchronizes number of frames to minimize the crack and interruption on the screen, makes it smoother. You have AMD FreeSync as well. So you have an AMD graphics card, also syncs up to your AMD FreeSync Premium. You have ALLM, which will automatically switch low latency mode if this feature is turned on. So when you have a game up, basically it will automatically switch to a low latency mode. You can fine tune your dark areas. So if your dark areas are even though they're like black anyway, I haven't seen any issue whatsoever with that. You can actually tune them darker. You can change the color as well. I got purple as the default. As you go on to the picture, there's the picture. Hold up. There we go. There. Right, black stabilizer, white stabilizer, game contrast. This is all default, by the way. I ain't changed any of this. You can customize the actual picture itself to your liking. So, sound. You have AI game sound. You have an AI built into the piece, into the TV. That will basically make it the game sound sort of slightly better, depending on the game. If it's like there's a load of audio in terms of speech, or there's a load of audio as in like explosions and stuff like that, it will sort of clear it up, right? Game equalizer. This is game sound, TV speakers. You can personalize your game sound by changing the TV speaker settings. I don't do any of that. Dolby Atmos, I have this connected, so trying to hold this correctly. Dolby Atmos is actually really good on TV, and it works with PC as well. If you have a Dolby Atmos game or a Dolby Atmos video, top right hand corner, it will actually pop up. It will actually pop up and say, "Look, Dolby Atmos is enabled." It's actually because it's on the game or on the TV. Speaker out, you can have your TV speakers, Bluetooth speaker device connected to it, so it does work with Bluetooth speakers. You have Wowcast, I have no idea what that is. These are speakers you can connect to your mobile device as well. You can optimal out, so you can connect a Wi-Fi system to this, or a hi-fi system, so if you have like speakers on the walls. HDMI ARC, I am not using that at the minute. I'm out getting my finger's in the way. I'm now getting a a cable to come, which is a 2.1 cable, because I think my cable is not ARC compatible, but it does do 120 FPS. Bluetooth plus speakers, so you can enable both at the same time. Optimal out plus TV speakers, you can enable them at the same time as well. So we have all them on advanced sound settings as well. We're just going to go through that right quick. Oh, if it works. There we go. Come on. So Dolby Atmos, you have balance. You can change the balances. Mine is, I've put mine to wall mount, which is basically, it's on a stand, so it's basically the same as wall mounting. You have the option of wall mount or feet. So the feet are two little feet, both on each corner, like a V sort of thing. It's okay. I mean, if you're on a TV stand, it's absolutely fine. Me personally, I need to use this setup, right? So that's something I'm just going with that. You have select mode. You have AI sound, standard, cinema, Clear Voice Pro. Game Optimizer. We'll go Game Optimizer. I haven't actually messed about with this sound set. I didn't realise it was there. We'll go a Game Optimizer. I have no idea what difference that makes in the sound options. But normally I'll just go Cinema if you are using it for TV. So we've got the OLED care. I think I went through the OLED care. You've got OLED panel care. Pixel cleaning. Basically when you turn your TV off and don't actually switch it off by power, but just turn it off, right? Turn the screen off. It will clean your pixels by preventing them from making burning, right? This does it every single time you turn it off. You can screen move. The screen moves little by intervals to prevent it from being a static image, basically stopping it from having any sort of burning whatsoever. These are really good. They took a lot of precautions with the OLEDs, right? I've never heard of any burn-ins. I've heard people play this, have these for years and years, not have any burn-ins. If you just put the OLED care on and you play normally, I'm going to be playing games on this. I ain't going to have much static images. In terms of PC wise, the actual things you want to watch out for, you want to minimize some static images on your PC monitor display, like the basic display. What I mean by that is the bar at the bottom of your monitor. So you would have let me see if I can show you. Right, you would have the bar at the bottom. Right, there it is. Right, the bar at the bottom. I've had mine so it hides, but sometimes people just leave it static. People say that's an issue. I've never seen anyone burning like that before, but I just hide mine anyway. Right, in terms of that was a video. What we're going to do, we're going to get into some gaming now. I'm going to show you some gaming, some color popping gaming, and yeah, we're going to get into it like that. This is just my review so far. I've had it for a couple of days now. Played loads of games, had loads of time to mess about with it, and so far, probably the best experience I've ever had, and it's probably one of the most notable, probably one of the noticeable upgrades of my system. I have a 5080, and 120 FPS on a 5080 is easy to run for me, and to have the display, the image on the display being OLED and the colors pop is absolutely insane. So what we're going to do is we'll go over to the gaming now, and basically we are going to show off some gaming. Hi all, this is Solo, playing some games now, and this is The Last of Us 2 Remastered on the PC. I locked this at 120 FPS because the frame rate on the PC, on the LG B4 monitor is 120 FPS. So obviously with the VSync enabled anyway, HDR enabled, and Dolby Atmos enabled on the TV, you can also get it on the PC as well. So in terms of color performance, absolutely night and day. I didn't think it'd be much of a difference compared to my 32-inch IPS display, but having them side by side, and the blacks, the whites, all the punchy colors, it's just night and day, dude. It is actually night and day. The color, people say this isn't very bright, but in everything I've seen so far, it's been incredibly bright, and even in a sort of okay lit display, like if you had the windows open or anything, the curtains open, you are not going to get it's not going to be washed out very much at all, not in my experience anyway. Had this for the last couple of days and been using it all day, every day, in the light, in the dark. You get a more cinematic experience in the dark, of course. But I say the colours are night and day, the graphics are night and day, and it's just insane, dude. On my phone, recording this, like the windows now, they seem overly bright. That's not actually on the monitor, that's actually the phone itself recording it, so it's not actually as bright as that. So you won't get 100% colour representation on the phone because I'm recording on the phone from onto the TV from the phone. It's not a screen recording, but if I did a screen recording, you wouldn't see the TV. You just see a screen recording. So I'm doing it on my phone to try and get as colour accurate as possible, and as sort of I'm trying to show you as much as I possibly can. So colours, like I said, they pop. Details pop. It almost like it's coming out. It's coming out of the almost like it's coming out of the TV. You get such a cinematic experience, such an immersive experience. If you're buying this game for PlayStation, Xbox, if you're buying this game for PC monitor like I am now, the size gives you an immersion experience, but that's not the main thing. The main thing is the colours and the sheer pop of it. It also, it's hard to explain, but it gives you such an immersion. And I think if you're getting this, you haven't had an OLED before, and this is my first OLED. If you haven't had an OLED before, it's going to be a massive upgrade to you, dude. Like, honestly, I have a 5080, but even if I had like a 4060, like I said before, you wouldn't get immersive experience even if you upgraded the graphics card. Why? Yes, you'd run that 4K monitor easier if you upgraded, but you're still going to be projecting it through your monitor or your TV. So if you have a shit TV or a shit monitor, or, you know, you're getting a rubbish picture. It doesn't matter how good the PC is. So this is what I didn't really realise, and now I'm upgrading from my 32-inch IPS display, 60 Hz, to a LG 48, 120 Hz, VIR, G-Sync, FreeSync, Dolby Atmos, the HDR. The experience I am getting is far better than what I expected. Like, incredibly better than what I expected. And just the level of immersion you get compared to a normal display is insane, dude. It's hard, like I said, it's hard to show on a phone, but it's the only thing I've got, so, you know, it is what it is. But I would recommend this. If anyone hasn't had an OLED display before, the LG B4 on Amazon at the minute is $500, 120 Hz display. You cannot get that anywhere else. You cannot get a monitor, a 32-inch monitor, 4K, 120 Hz or above, for less than $700 in a minute. Right? It's just that simple. You can't get an OLED monitor, period, 32-inch period, for less than $700. And if you do get one on sale, it's cheaper. You know, good for you. But 48-inch OLED, of all the bells and whistles. Okay, it's not the most premium model, but the most premium model is like 3 times the price. But $500, you get a decent OLED display by a reputable brand. LG has been doing this for a long time. I had 0 issues with the color, 0 issues with the settings, no dead pixels, nothing like that. Came perfect in the box. Hooked it up to a TV mount, which is behind my desk, which gives me that extra 10 inches, 15 inches of viewing distance. I'm sitting on a normal sized desk. I'm about 38 to 40 inches away from my TV, which I'm using as a monitor. I don't think you, from what I've looked. Oh crap! That was a mistake. If you can find a monitor for that price, go ahead if you want a smaller display. But honestly, switching to a TV monitor or TV as a monitor, that's an OLED. I play mainly single player games. I do play Call of Duty and stuff like that, and 120 Hz is still plenty good enough for that. Oh, hello, that's a close one. Yeah, it's just night and day, dude. It's just night and day. The immersion, the color quality. The 120 Hz is even quite a big jump for me because I went to 60 from a 4K display. And it's just, you are getting your money's worth. You are. I would recommend this to anyone who hasn't had an OLED before. Until you have one, you don't know what you're missing, and when you do have one, you don't want to go back, and that's the problem. Like, you don't want to go back. Now I look to my left and see my 32-inch IPS display. I've put on two HDR videos which have lots of blacks and lots of whites, lots of bright colours. Not only can you see it night and day because it's next to each other, you think, oh crap, I've been playing on a display that's been absolute dog shit. And why did I not upgrade sooner? So now they're $500. The LG B4 is $500. It's a no-brainer for anyone who wants to upgrade a gaming experience, who wants to upgrade just general enjoyment of your games. It helps, dude. It actually helps. Like, when you look at this and you get a cinematic experience, holy crap, dude. You know what I mean? Holy crap. You're playing this game. And this game is almost like cinematic because of the details and the art style. And what a time to be living. You know, 2025, LG's OLEDs for $500. Cinematic experience. You can go home, sit on your couch, or you can go home, sit behind your desk like I am doing, play on your PC, and you can just enjoy it, dude. You can just enjoy it. Everything pops, everything's nice. It's just insane. On the phone, it looks kind of blue. I'm looking at the phone now. On the monitor, it's actually more black. Like her shirt, her jacket, they're actually black. They're not actually blue. So if it comes out as blue, that's because my phone. But maybe it might be black for you because you're watching this on an OLED. But say my color representation on my phone is nowhere near as good as my TV, and I'm looking at them side by side now, even with my 4K phone. Yeah, the color is completely different. Like, the OLED is just so superior, and this is an OLED phone as well, which is quite surprising. But yeah, it's just highly recommend OLEDs. Highly recommend them to use as a PC setup. If you're going to use a PC setup, I would suggest doing the same situation I did. I went online and found this on another video. Use a TV mount, like a freestanding TV mount. Stand your TV on it, like I have now done, and put it behind your desk. Put your desk forward, and then use that entire desk as your own space, and then just sit back and get that extra 10-15 inches away from the TV. Especially if you've got like 42 to 48 inches. I wouldn't go above 48 inches unless you're going to sit on a couch. Like, if you're going 55 or above, sit on a couch, because it's going to be, your eyes aren't going, oh, at the minute 48 I can see each side of the TV absolutely fine when I'm sitting here. Anything bigger, I'm going to actually move my head. You do not want to move your head. You want to sit in your seat, look straight forward, and be able to see both corners without moving your head. If you can do that, like I said, I'm sitting at a 48-inch TV. This is my limit. If I go to 55, I'm not going to do it, dude. I'm not going to be able to do it without moving my head. 48 is my peak, and you know, I sit dead center of the standard size desk, right? So yeah, this is just a quick gameplay video, quick look of the LG B4, my first OLED, first 48-inch, well, first LG as well. Just spectacular, dude. Absolutely spectacular. Amazing for gaming. This compared to the premium models, which is a G4 and the C4. The C4 currently is about $750 for 48-inch, and this is $500. If you have it in game mode, from the reviews I've seen, the C4 is actually worse in game mode than the B4, the cheaper model, which is weird. A lot of reviewers are saying it's weird. I don't know why. It must be a firmware update, because I think the B4 is a newer model. And it has I think it has a different firmware, with a more up-to-date firmware. So they can probably just update it, right? But yeah, I'd say the B4 on game mode is extremely good, and you're getting your money's worth. Probably the cheapest monitor, OLED monitor at the minute, and you're getting a premium experience, right? Anyway, that's my video. I hope you liked, and I hope this video helped you out. If you're using this as a PC monitor, this is what it's mainly meant for. If you're using it on Xbox and PlayStation, even the Nintendo Switch 2 coming up, you could use it as well, right? You could use it on that on dock mode. Yeah, I hope this helped out. I hope it helped the video out. Hope this helped you out if you are on the fence about getting an OLED. Get one. And yeah, hope you like this video, and I'll catch you all on the next one. Peace.